Hello, happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to this special Ronald Reagan edition of the Alex Nitzberg Show. I'm Alex Nitzberg, and today I'm going to be showing you some funny clips of the late President Ronald Reagan. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and also follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter. So, Ronald Reagan was the 40th President of the United States. He was born in 1911, and he died in 2004. He served as President from early 1981 until early 1989. According to the Reagan Library's video here, this first clip I'm about to show you is from October of 1986, and Reagan is speaking in Missouri.
Sort of reminds me of a story. A lot of things when you get my age remind you of stories. But this was a Democratic fundraising rally at a hotel. And outside, when all of them were coming out, there was a kid there with a bunch of puppies, and he was trying to sell them, and he was saying, "Come, buy a Democrat puppy, buy a Democrat puppy." 2 weeks later, the Republicans held a fundraiser in the same hall. And there was the same kid with the same puppies. When they were coming out, he was saying, "Buy a Republican puppy." Well, one of the press, a newspaper man who'd seen him 2 weeks before, said, "Hey, kid, wait a minute. 2 weeks ago, you were trying to sell these puppies as Democrats. What are you doing here now trying to sell them as Republicans?" The kid says, "Now they got their eyes open."
So remember that clip for later, because later I'm going to show you a clip of Reagan telling basically the same joke with a twist. So remember that one for later. All right, this next one, the Reagan Library indicates that it is from October 1986, and that Reagan was speaking in North Dakota. So let me show you him telling this joke here.
Now, I'm not reflecting on the Congress as an institution, but most of us must be aware that there are some elements there that need watching. I think I can describe them best by a story about three fellows that came out of a building, found they'd locked themselves out of their car. And one of them said, "Get me a wire coat hanger. I can straighten it out and I can get the..." And the second one said, "You can't do that. Somebody will see us out here doing that and think we're stealing the car." And the third one said, "Well, we better do something pretty quick because it's starting to rain and the top's down."
All right, this next one here, this one, I'm not even sure when this is from, because you can see here the Reagan Library just titled this video as a compilation of Reagan's humor from selected speeches from 1981 to 1989, so I don't know when or where this one was.
You know, there was a time that being a Republican in this area of the country felt a little bit like being Gary Cooper in High Noon, outnumbered in a big way. I remember the story of the fella here a while ago who was running for Congress as a Republican. He stopped by a farm to do some campaigning, and when the farmer heard he was a Republican, his jaw dropped, and he said, "Wait right here." He said, "While I get Ma. She's never seen a Republican before." So he got Ma, and the candidate looked around for a podium to give his speech from. The only thing he could find was a pile of that stuff that Bess Truman took 35 years trying to get Harry to call fertilizer. So he got up on the mound, and when they came back, he gave his speech. End of it, the farmer says, "That's the first time I've ever heard a Republican speech." Candidate said, "That's the first time I've ever given a Republican speech from a Democratic platform."
All right, and then, remember I told you to remember the joke about the puppies? Because here we have the same joke with a twist. Let me show you this one. Oh, but before I show you this one, let me just mention, Reagan Library says that this is from November of 1986, and that Reagan was speaking in California. So let me show you this.
You know, in illustrating the differences between the approach of the Democratic leadership and our approach, I've been fond of telling a little story almost everywhere we've gone. So today, I have a special message from my friends in the press who've traveled with us in the past few days and weeks. I've seen the umbrella they've opened at times along the way with the message, "No more puppy jokes." So I promise, no more puppy jokes. But but did you hear the story about the kid who was outside the Democratic fundraiser selling kittens. When the people came out from the fundraiser, he was holding up the kittens and he was saying, "Buy a Democrat kitten." Well, a couple of weeks later, the Republicans held a fundraiser in the same place. And when they came out, there was the same kid with the kittens. And he said, "Buy a Republican kitten." And one of the members of the press who'd seen him there 2 weeks before said, "Wait a minute, kid. You were selling these kittens the last time as Democrat kittens. How come the Republican kittens now?" Kid says, "Because now they got their eyes open."
So there you go. The joke works with kittens and with puppies. All right, and one more little joke for you before I go here is Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky put out this funny little meme here that says, "One must go, and you have to choose turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, green bean casserole, the Fed, bread, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, and pumpkin pie. Which of those 9 do you think must go?" I'm going to say the Fed. I think everybody would say well, I say everybody. Conservatives anyway. The Fed. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. Also, before I go, I just wanted to mention, if anybody wasn't already aware, I'm a composer, and I've got a number of songs that are available on Spotify, Apple Music, streaming services, digital music platforms. And one of the songs is actually titled Thanksgiving Song. And if you want to listen to it, you can check it out on YouTube or the streaming services. It's available on there. The audio playback from this song is actually computer generated. I used Sibelius music notation software to write this song. So when you listen to this, what you're hearing is computer generated playback of the music that I wrote. Here's a little clip of it for you to listen. And if you like it, you can go listen to the whole thing. Alright, well that's it for today. Thank you for watching this special Ronald Reagan edition of the Alex Nitzberg Show. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to this channel and follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter.